Welcome everyone, my name is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way. A lot of stuff to go through, so I'm going to zip through this as quick as I can. We've got UK jobs in the morning and UK retail sales on Thursday I think it is, and US GDP on Thursday, so quite a busy week. US is off today because of President's Day. This is one of the most interesting charts I've got out there. This is Bitcoin. So we've had this move off and this breakdown from 126, 127, and we've landed right in this support around about the about 58, 60,000 mark we've touched at the bottom here, and this is a weekly chart. We closed higher last week and we're sitting on the 200-day average, so I am hoping this is bottomed. Because I have taken a position in cryptos and looking to see at these lows last week, looking to see if they can pick up. I'll talk about that in a minute in more detail. So if you look at this one, this is BMNR. This is a weekly chart again, and you can see how this is an Ethereum miner, and they also sell the technology behind the mining. So it's Bitmine Immersion Technology Inc., BMNR in the US. So you can see we opened up and ran right into 160, and it dropped. Initially we didn't boomerang right back to the breakup area, so it is possible this could come and find break this 1680, break this recent low, and then keep coming lower. But I'm looking for, the volume is picking up on this weekly chart. We've had a higher close, marginal I admit, but just looking to see if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave correction, and we can start to do a 3-wave holding pattern, and then potentially get these dips bought and then start to wind up into 25.50 plus. Alright, well that's what I'm doing. Let's look at the daily chart. Oops, this is a bit of a mess, isn't it? Right, so you can see new low here on the 5th of Feb, immediately close higher next day on volume. So to me, 6th of Feb was the buy signal. We've sat in that range ever since. So let's look at that buy signal range. Yeah, so we closed outside of it on Friday, last Friday. So if we can stay above 2021, we've got a gap fill at 25. And then if we can start holding that, then I think we can do something. Right, moving on, let's have a look at gold. Gold's just sitting up there holding the averages. This is a daily chart now, holding the 20, the 50 is down here. So we're sideways. We've been sideways ever since 5th of Feb, 5th, 6th of Feb. We're just sitting in that range. What do I think is going to happen? Don't know, if I'm honest. Once we start going sideways, I mean, we're holding on the averages, so you would assume if we can hold these averages and close above 5100, we can go back to the highs. So see if we hold 5000. If we do start closing above 5100, I think we can go back to the highs and potentially more on gold. Dollar index quickly is holding up. So as we go into GDP this week, we're looking for a lower number in GDP in the US. So I think we're looking for about 2.8%, down from 4.3. So some of the data has been weakening. Jobs has been weakening. So let's just see how that performs. And let's look at Nasdaq, and then we'll move on quickly. Nasdaq is holding the 200-day average, but look, we keep closing lower. So since this double top up here at 26,250, 260, we keep making lower highs and lower lows. So unless we start opening and closing above 25k, this could come lower. So what the worst case scenario is that bumps into the 50-day average up there at about 26, and then starts to close lower, and then we lose our footing. Okay, so once you break down, it's very common to go back and touch the 50-day average. That's the mother of all moving averages. So if that's the case, then we could be looking for a deeper correction. And some of the price earnings ratios in the Nasdaq are just still very, very high. There are people who argue that we're not in an AI bubble, and these ratios of Palantir and all the rest of it are justifiable. There are other people who are suggesting that with all the leverage out there, and these weaker charts, that this is telling us that we need a deeper correction. Where do I stand? Like I said, I think well, if any time soon we close under 24,000, hold on to your hats. My most likely scenario is that push into 25, 25 and a half, and then we see where we go. But if we start to fade that, then we've had it. If you pull back, you can see this pattern where we do appear to be losing momentum. Double top, lower highs, averages pointing down and crossing. So we've come an awful long way, and like I said, the market is pretty expensive at the moment, so we do need to watch out. Right, let's get into stocks. Let's looked at BM&R. BT I've just dumped at 209. High RSI, difficult area for BT. I would happily go back in at 190 or lower if this does come off. For the meantime, I did about 11-12% on it, and taking it off, and see if that does a deeper pullback. Sabre, very much sideways. Let's look at Polar. Not looked at Polar for a while. Polar's sitting up there high. Volume's still there, so all the time we are holding the averages, that could still go higher. And EasyJet under the averages, but holding up. Just be careful if we close under 470. Now Avon's gapped up. Avon's got a gap at 1690. So although we are closing higher, the volume is not great. So I'm really cautious at the moment. So I would look for a retest, or I'd look for a close of that gap around about 1688, 1690. And then see if we can pull up. Just if you look at Relx, good old Relx, yeah, just the market is freaked out that AI is going to kill all the software companies, and that's what's happened with this one. So I'm not. I mean, a substantial volume here on the results, but I am just backing off of this. Small loss, so I'm just going to stand back and let that settle down and see where we are as time goes by. Softcat's another one. So that Softcat is that interesting. Looks as if we're going to see 1075 now, possibly lower. If that so we were down there back in October 23. If we lose footing there, we could go to £10 and less. You can see the structural breakdown here, lower close on the 3rd of Feb, and we are still lower. We're coming down on volume, so that suggests there is some lower numbers to find. So it's not a time for putting too much out there at the moment. Like I said, I'm just interested in Bitcoin and Ethereum and see if that one can work out. This is SSP group. If we close above this 190 anytime soon, look at the volumes are nice down here. Giant sandwich maker, 25% of a multi-billion-dollar airport sandwich business, or snack business, not sandwiches. So yeah, I was hoping this would come and see 175, and I'm still hoping. So I'm not in this. Let's look across to my other list. Glencore. We dipped into 460 and held. This is a key area. The volumes are still high, so again, I'm not in this, but if you're bullish this one, this is potentially where you should be buying. But wow, just be very careful. We just about held on today, so who knows? We could come and see 450, 460 again. Rio's the same, just holding up, not doing a whole heap. So a lot of chatter about the banks. So this NatWest came to find the 200-day average down there at the 560 mark, 565, closed higher. I'm just like a repeated record here at the moment. I'm interested, but yeah, I want lower. I would love to see this at 550, 548, 550. That's the breakup area from October last year. So, and the volume on this dip has improved, and it. I mean, technically, that is a buy signal. New low, and we closed above that low opening. So closing above £6 basically, it suggests that could wind its way up. But I'm going to be more cautious and see if I can pick up 550. Shaw has been talked about. Shaw's coming to a very, very interesting area. This come down into a key average here, down to that 447 support, and closing here. Volume's not great. So I would want to see more volume. As I'm looking at this, thinking, is that really going to hold here? And just want that. It's a deep. We've had some deep selling here from the 11th of Feb into Friday the 13th, and we're only just holding. So I'm just wondering if we're going to come and see 425 and £4 on that one. Yeah, so Netflix has lost its footing. We're coming in, so we've got a lot of support down there from October 24, which will put it down there at 68. So unless we start to turn around soon, this is the volume last Friday was good, but it didn't close. That was a very weak close, so be careful. If we turn around and close above 80, then I would get in there. We looked alright up until Tuesday 10th, and 11th we closed lower, and Friday we dropped. So just word of caution. Now this one has tumbled far. This is Workday, and so this looks like this was floated in May 23. So that's the highs and the lows. Yeah, look at this. 1380 is the extension. So I'm going to, on Workday in the US, we had a decent volume day there, but I would love to see that come and find 1380 and then turn around and hold. Right, let's zip through some more. Novo Nordisk. Yeah, I like to buy that at 45 if that comes into it. MU, the chip maker, too high for me. Microsoft, very interested in Microsoft. Not yet, it's too early. I'm just wondering if that's going to want to come and see 37. So I'm interested in Microsoft, but not yet. So flicking back to UK, Camel looks lower. ASML lower. Amazon. Markets didn't like its 200 billion capex. So the real support's down there at 184. So, and that will take us back to May 25. So Amazon's on my list, but I'm not looking at that yet. What else have I got? AMD looks lower. I've got a few more on my watch list, but I'm going to leave it there for now. So yeah, I am just being very cautious at this stage. Got an interesting watch list building, anticipating that particularly with GDP this week. Well, let's see how the market handles Thursday's US GDP. By that time we'll have UK jobs and UK retail sales out of the way as well. So keep my powder dry at the moment, apart from one or two exceptions, and I will update you as the week follows through. If you're not in the Telegram room and you're interested, drop me a line and I will give you a link to that. Alright, stay careful, stay safe, bye for now.